Hi everybody, as all of you know that we are continuing a playlist of GCP Cloud Associate exam. So guys, before this we have already published 7 videos. I request all of you to watch those videos before starting this video. Guys, our usual flow in all of our videos is like this. Like first we discuss the topic, after that we solve previous year questions based on those topics, and at the end of this playlist we are going to do one practical in which we will cover all the concept in single video so that it gives you overall idea. And guys, our today's topic is Google Kubernetes engine. So guys, before we move ahead, I would like to request everybody to please like this video and subscribe the channel for getting more updates regarding this. So guys, this before we have already studied Google Compute Engine, which was infrastructure as a service. Then we studied Google App Engine, which was platform as a service. Now we are going to study Google Kubernetes engine. So guys, what is the need of Google Kubernetes engine? Why Google developed this Google Kubernetes engine? Let me explain you with the help of one scenario. Let's say you have one application and this application consists of different microservices, because right now microservices is very popular and every organization is trying to make their application with the help of microservices, and you want to deploy each of these microservices in different clusters having different type of virtual machines. So guys, if you are going to use Google App Engine, then in that case you do not have any control over virtual machine, right? Now secondly, if you are going to use Google Compute Engine, it will be very difficult for you to configure each and every virtual machine and continuously update them. So guys, when your application is big and there is need of cluster management and there is need to update each cluster separately, then in that case you should go for Google Kubernetes engine. Now guys, there are some commands which are very important from exam perspective. These commands have been asked continuously in the exams. So guys, what all these steps are? So there are different steps through which you can create a Kubernetes cluster and deploy your application over there. So the step 1 is creating a Kubernetes cluster, because you are going to deploy your application on this cluster itself. So either you can use Google UI or you can use the command. You can use the command like this: gcloud container clusters create cluster name. So one thing that you have to observe here is that whenever you are going to perform any operation on your clusters, then in that case you have to use gcloud container command. Whenever you are going to perform any operations on pods, you have to use kubectl command. Okay, so guys, for creating the cluster you can use gcloud container clusters create cluster name. After that you have to log into the cloud shell. Then in next step what you have to do is you have to connect to the Kubernetes cluster that you have created. So how can you create? So obviously you are going to perform some operation on cluster, so you have to use gcloud container command. So you can use like this: gcloud container clusters get credentials. Then you have to use cluster name. After that you can mention the zone of your cluster and the project name in which you have created your cluster. Okay. After that you need to deploy your microservices to that Kubernetes cluster. So you can use the command kubectl create deployment application name, and then you have to put the path of the image present in Google Cloud Registry in which you have written all the code for your application. So guys, this command is very important: kubectl create deployment. After you have created your deployment, after that you need to expose this application to external environment, I mean to internet. So you can use this by following command: kubectl expose deployment your application name. Then you have to mention the type here. I mean, you want to expose your deployment to where? I mean to internet, or to local cluster, or to internal cluster, or to a static port. After that you have to give the port on which you want to expose your deployment. So these steps are very important. Also these commands are also important. So you can see we have used type as load balancer. You can use some other types also. Let me explain some different types also. So you can see here we have 3 types. The first one is cluster IP. So you can use this type when you want your microservice to be accessible only inside a cluster, not publicly to all. Now you can use load balancer when you want to expose your service externally with the help of cloud provider load balancer. When you want to expose your application to the internet, then in that case you should go for load balancer. And when you want your application to be exposed on a particular static port, then in that case you should go for node port. So guys, when you do practical at the end of this playlist, you will get more idea about Google Kubernetes engine. Also, I will bring so many questions on these topics so that it can clear all of your concept. I will bring different MCQ sections in upcoming videos. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching this video.